TPS and DED for Venezuela. If you are a Venezuelan national, or someone without nationality who last resided in Venezuela, and you are already in the United States, you might be eligible to apply for temporary protected status, known as TPS, under Venezuela's designation. Or you may be covered by Deferred Enforced Departure, known as DED for Venezuelans. What is TPS? TPS is a temporary benefit that will allow you to stay in the United States for a limited period of time. The Secretary of Homeland Security designated Venezuela for TPS based on extraordinary and temporary conditions that temporarily prevent Venezuelan nationals from returning safely. Venezuela's TPS designation is in effect for 18 months from March 9, 2021 to September 9, 2022. At least 60 days before September 9, 2022, the Secretary of Homeland Security will decide whether to extend or terminate Venezuela's TPS designation. What is DED? DED is not a specific immigration status, but individuals covered by DED are not subject to removal from the United States for a designated period of time. DED for Venezuelans is currently in effect for 18 months, from January 20th, 2021 to July 20th, 2022. The President may decide to extend DED. What do they have in common? Neither TPS nor DED provides a path to permanent resident status, that is, a green card, or citizenship. If you are approved for TPS or are covered by DED for Venezuelans, you may apply for an Employment Authorization Document, or EAD, to work in the United States. If you are approved for TPS or DED for Venezuelans, you may apply for permission to travel outside the United States under certain circumstances. Am I eligible? To be eligible for TPS or DED for Venezuelans, you must be a Venezuelan national or someone without nationality who last resided in Venezuela and, for DED, were present in the United States on January 20, 2021 and have continuously resided in the United States since then, or, for TPS, have continuously resided in the United States since March 8, 2021, and been continuously physically present in the United States since March 9, 2021. However, even if you meet these criteria, you might not be eligible for TPS or DED for Venezuela. To learn more about eligibility, including factors that might make you ineligible, visit uscis.gov/TPS and uscis.gov/DED Venezuela. How do I apply? You do not need to apply for DED. Visit uscis.gov/DED Venezuela for more information about DED for Venezuelans. Apply for TPS Venezuela using Form I-821, Application for Temporary Protected Status, during the 180-day registration period from March 9 through September 5, 2021. You must include the necessary forms, evidence, and fees, or fee waiver request, when you file your TPS application. Visit uscis.gov/TPS for more information about applying for TPS. Can I receive work authorization? If you have TPS, or if you are covered by DED, you are eligible to work in the United States. To apply for an EAD, you must file Form I-765, Application for Employment Authorization, and pay the required fee or file a fee waiver request. If you apply for and receive TPS and are also covered by DED, you do not need to apply for an EAD under both programs. If you apply for an EAD under DED, you will receive an EAD with an expiration date of July 20, 2022. If the President does not extend DED for Venezuelans, your employment authorization under DED will end on July 20th, 2022. If you apply for an EAD under TPS, you will receive an EAD with an expiration date of September 9, 2022. You may renew that EAD if the Secretary extends TPS for Venezuela after September 9, 2022. If you believe you are eligible for TPS, USCIS encourages you to file for TPS during the initial registration period, even if you are also covered by DED, in case the Secretary extends TPS after DED has expired. As Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro N. Mayorkas said, "It is in times of extraordinary and temporary circumstances like these that the United States steps forward to support eligible Venezuelan nationals already present here, while their home country seeks to right itself out of the current crises."